Hey, it's Joel Brigham, working on this Learner's Edge project for student feedback. One of the things that I saw in the examples was to use video feedback, which is something that I haven't really done yet. There were a couple options that kind of spoke to me. One, doing sort of 5-minute video conferences with kids, which is someone who just started blended learning with Flex Days where students at home. I'm only a semester into this. I think that would be a good option. Just little 5-minute sessions. Secondly, the idea of a screencastify to record video feedback, I think could be more meaningful than written feedback for some kids. As I mentioned in my prompt, I think it would be a lot better to have students be part of that feedback. So I think that the video feedback where it's a recording is still kind of a one-way street. I'd want them to kind of reflect on that feedback to show me that they've gotten something from it. But in a general sense, my plan here would be, I know I'm just sort of like recording a Google Meet right here, but that's what we use in our classrooms usually. So I am going to pull up my argumentative research project here. And what I would do is, I've got kind of I got the assignment explanation here and I've got the rubric here. Probably what I would do, and I have not updated this rubric. I know that I've done some things in this course where this rubric is going to, at some point, feature a place, for a student response and a student reflection. I've added it just for the first part for the intro, but I want to go in and clean it up for the other parts of the rubric. But what I would do to record video feedback is if we're going to conference, I'm going to kind of go through this rubric with the students, and we're going to look at all the areas where they did not at least meet. So if there's any feedback in these 1-2 approaching boxes, we just talk about it and kind of get their sense of what they think is going on. In other words, just sort of summarize this green box area, this reflection area that I came up with in a previous module for this assignment in this Learner's Edge class. I would do that. I could do the same thing with the Screencastify where it's just me recording feedback for the students. Probably would take, 3 to 5 minutes per kid. Of course, if a student had an essay, I'd have that opened up in a separate tab and I could kind of go back and forth and show them what I'm talking about. If we're back to in-person instruction, I obviously can just do all of these things in person, but I can pull kids up one at a time. But even then, in the context of class, that can be tough. So recording feedback is great for using class time for classwork and having those conferences be what I do outside of class. Or if we're using blended instruction, which at this point I have several classes that do, I can use those off days, those flex days when kids are working independently to schedule times to come in. And when I say come in, but to come on to Google Meet and chat with me about, what's going on with their essays. So I think that's a really cool new idea for feedback and one that I intend to implement this next semester. I know you asked for a document or a screenshot, but I figured a video would be just as good and just as easy to show you what's going on. So that's my plan for integrating video feedback in my blended courses this coming semester and beyond.